What if you could navigate through life's stormy seas without capsizing under emotional distress? This is where emotional resilience comes into play. It's an essential skill in our challenging world, a lifeline that keeps us afloat amidst the tumultuous waves of distress. And one philosophy that offers a deep well of wisdom on this subject is Stoicism. It's a philosophy that stood the test of time, offering insights that can fortify our emotional resilience. Today, we will delve into 7 powerful Stoic techniques to stay unhurt. The first Stoic technique to master is understanding what's in your control. This concept is known as the dichotomy of control, a fundamental principle of Stoic philosophy. It revolves around the clear distinction between things you can control and things you can't. Now, what's within your control? Your thoughts, your actions, your responses. These are the realms where you hold the power. On the other hand, external events, other people's actions, the weather, the passage of time, these are beyond your reach. The dichotomy of control is about focusing your energy only on the elements you can influence and letting go of the rest. It's about accepting the uncontrollable as they are, without giving them the power to disrupt your inner peace. By embracing this technique, you cultivate resilience. You become a fortress, impervious to the storms of life. When you understand what's in your control, you are less likely to be hurt by external circumstances. The second technique is negative visualization. Now, don't be put off by the term. It's not about fostering a pessimistic outlook. Rather, it's a powerful Stoic practice that encourages us to contemplate potential adversities. By mentally rehearsing possible difficulties or losses, we can lessen the shock and distress if they were to actually occur. Imagine for a moment losing access to a certain privilege or comfort. It could be anything from your car to your smartphone. How would you cope? What alternatives would you turn to? This exercise not only equips you with a plan B, but also makes you appreciate the present more. Negative visualization strengthens emotional resilience. It's like an inoculation against future shocks, a mental rehearsal that prepares you for life's vicissitudes. It helps you realize that you can indeed handle more than you think. By visualizing negative outcomes, you are better prepared to face whatever life throws at you. Our third technique is voluntary discomfort. Now, let's take a moment to unpack this compelling concept. Voluntary discomfort is essentially the practice of deliberately subjecting oneself to uncomfortable situations or conditions. It's about learning to be content with less and finding peace within discomfort. Why would anyone willingly choose discomfort, you might ask? Well, it's not about masochism or self-punishment. Rather, it's about building resilience, fortitude, and mental toughness. It is a form of training for the mind, much like physical training is for the body. When we regularly expose ourselves to discomfort, we become more resilient to life's inevitable hardships and less likely to be perturbed by them. So how can we incorporate this practice into our daily lives? It's simpler than you might think. You could start by taking cold showers or skipping a meal every now and then. You might try sleeping on the floor for a night or wearing less comfortable clothing. The key is to choose activities that push your comfort boundaries without causing harm or unnecessary suffering. Remember, the goal is not to make life miserable, but to challenge our perception of comfort and need. It's about realizing that we can endure much more than we think, and that our happiness does not depend on external comforts. In this way, we can become more resilient, less reactive, and ultimately, more content. Voluntary discomfort is a powerful tool to strengthen your emotional resilience. The fourth technique involves understanding impermanence and acceptance. Impermanence is a core principle of Stoicism, a truth that all things in life are ever-changing, ever-evolving. Nothing remains static, not even our most profound emotions or circumstances. This concept is not meant to evoke fear or despair, but rather to inspire acceptance. The acceptance of impermanence is not about resignation or giving up, but about embracing the natural flux of life. When we fully grasp and accept that everything is transient, we are better equipped to deal with emotional upheavals. We understand that joy is fleeting, but so is sorrow. This understanding fuels emotional resilience, allowing us to weather life's storms with a steady heart and a clear mind. We become less attached to specific outcomes, more adaptable and more at peace with whatever life throws at us. Acceptance of impermanence makes us resilient in the face of change and loss. The fifth technique is objective representation. This technique is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, a profound approach to understanding the world around us. It encourages us to strip away our subjective biases and perceive things as they truly are, not as we feel or want them to be. It's like peeling an orange. You remove the outer layer of personal interpretations, feelings and prejudices until you're left with the raw, unaltered truth. Objective representation is a powerful tool for limiting emotional reactions. We are often swayed by our feelings, which can cloud our judgment and lead us astray. However, by observing things objectively, we can see them for what they truly are, without the emotional baggage. This dispassionate view can free us from the grip of knee-jerk reactions and allow us to respond rationally to situations. Moreover, this practice plays a vital role in building emotional resilience. By separating facts from feelings, we can navigate through life with a balanced perspective. It's not about disregarding emotions, but understanding their place and not letting them dictate our actions. It's about being in the driver's seat of our minds, not a passenger to our emotions. The world is not always as it appears through our subjective lenses. By practicing objective representation, we can see it more clearly. We can understand others better, make more informed decisions, and most importantly, maintain our inner peace. Objective representation helps us to remain emotionally steady amidst turmoil. The sixth Stoic technique is the use of reason. Now, this is a particularly powerful tool. In the grand theatre of life, reason is the director, guiding our actions, our reactions, and ultimately our emotional resilience. Stoicism places a high value on reason, viewing it as our most reliable compass. The Stoics believed that our ability to reason separates us from other creatures. It allows us to evaluate situations objectively, to see beyond surface-level emotions, and to make cogent decisions. Imagine you're in a heated argument. Emotions are running high, words are flying around like arrows in a battlefield. In such moments, it's easy to let our emotions take the driver's seat. But this is where the use of reason comes in. It helps us to pause, breathe, and analyze the situation from a more objective standpoint. It allows us to question, what is the root cause of this argument? What is the best course of action? Is my reaction proportionate to the situation? The use of reason also extends to our perceptions of events. Stoicism teaches us that events in themselves are neither good nor bad. It's our judgments that assign them value. By using reason, we can challenge these judgments and, in turn, our emotional responses. It's like a mental chess game. We're constantly strategizing, making calculated moves based on reason, not emotion. This empowers us to navigate life's ups and downs with greater resilience and equanimity. The use of reason allows us to make rational decisions, even in emotionally charged situations. The seventh and final technique is the view from above. This powerful Stoic principle invites us to step outside of our immediate circumstances and take on a broader perspective. It's like taking a bird's-eye view of our lives, our problems, our joys, and our sorrows. Imagine looking down from the stars, watching the world and its hustle and bustle. Your individual problems might seem significant when you're in the thick of it, but from this vantage point, they shrink into insignificance, lost in the grand tapestry of life. This shift in perspective helps to put our problems, worries, and fears into context. It allows us to realize that our problems are not as all-consuming as they may seem. It's an excellent way to gain emotional resilience, helping us to navigate life's storms without being swept away. The view from above technique is not about diminishing our experiences or feelings, but rather about gaining perspective. The view from above technique helps us to see our problems in a broader context, minimizing their emotional impact. These 7 Stoic techniques serve as powerful tools to shield you from emotional harm. The first one, understanding what's in your control, is about discerning between what you can and cannot influence, thereby saving yourself from unnecessary stress. The second technique, negative visualization, involves imagining worst-case scenarios to foster gratitude and resilience. The third, voluntary discomfort, calls for you to deliberately put yourself in uncomfortable situations, thereby hardening your emotional resilience. Fourth, we have impermanence and acceptance, which teaches the inevitability of change and the importance of accepting it. The fifth technique, objective representation, encourages us to see things as they truly are, without letting emotions cloud our judgment. The sixth, use of reason, promotes logical thinking over emotional reactions. Lastly, the view from above technique allows us to gain perspective, reminding us of our small yet significant place in the universe. Master these techniques and you'll find yourself sailing smoothly through life's stormy seas, unscathed by emotional distress. If you found these Stoic techniques beneficial, we encourage you to take action. If this video has added value to your life, please hit that like button to let us know. Sharing is caring, so don't hesitate to share this video with someone who might benefit from these techniques. Remember, emotional resilience isn't just about surviving, but thriving in the face of adversity. If you want more empowering content like this, subscribe to our channel. It's a small action that can make a big difference. Thank you for watching, and remember, emotional resilience is within your control. Stay strong, stay stoic, and let's continue this journey together.